Warwickshire's Ian Westwood struck his first 4-day 100 for 2 years as he made Somerset pay for a number of drop catches on the opening day of the crucial LV County Championship match at Taunton between two of the title hopefuls. On an unusually green pitch, Marcus Trescothick would have had no hesitation in fielding first after winning the toss, and Alfonso Thomas struck with the fourth ball of the game as Varun Chopra edged him to Lewis Gregory without a run on the board. There was an excellent turnout at Taunton, the locals excited to see a match between two teams who began this game in third and fourth place in the championship, Somerset 16 points off top spot and Warwickshire 20. A win here for either side will be so important. Westwood was immediately looking good, although he should have gone before he'd caused too much damage. An awkward looking shot from the left-hander being dropped by Gregory off a frustrated Peter Trigo. Westwood was on 24 at the time. We had a short 18-over morning session, and 2 balls after the break, Will Porterfield was unsure whether to stick or twist and played on to Gregory to go for 17. Jonathan Trott didn't last long, Craig Overton producing a very good one to have him taken behind by Alex Barrow on 9. It was all going along rather nicely for the home side, although Westwood was making sure that they were not having everything their own way. His 9th 4 took him to just his 2nd championship 50 of the summer, in only 6 innings though, and it had been made of 74 balls. Sam Hain had earlier survived half a chance, but he didn't make the most of it, edging a pumped-up Gregory to Trescothick to go for 7 with a total on 110 for 4. Tim Ambrose then got away with this, not the easiest opportunity in the slips for Trigo by any stretch of the imagination. But it was another half-chance missed, which allowed Ambrose and Westwood to start to develop a handy partnership for the 5th wicket. Westwood continuing along his merry way as the Somerset attack didn't always get their bearings right. Ambrose had made 18 when he was the 5th out with a total on 144, Trigo finding the edge off a drive, Barrow doing the rest behind the stumps. Over the years, Warwickshire have made a habit of finding runs from their lower middle order, with Ricky Clark so often playing a crucial role. He now joined forces with Westwood to take his side to tea with no further losses. The break coming with the Bears on 177 for 5, with Westwood still there on 88. The important partnership continued after the break, with Clark finding his form, having also offered half a chance to the slips with some attacking strokes. It was a stand which just started to put the visitors on top, and they would have been delighted with that after being put in conditions that certainly appeared to favour the bowling side. Clark had made 42 in a partnership of 67 in 17 overs when he was out to Overton, but Westwood remained, and a pull off George Dockrell brought him the run he required to get to 3 figures for the first time in 2 years in this competition. He'd used up 182 balls and hit 14 fours and had kept his side's head above water on such an important day. Richard Jones celebrated for him by driving Dockrell over long off in the next over, and the former Worcestershire man, given a rare outing due to the large amount of injuries to the visitors' attack, repeated the dose in the bowler's next over. Jones had also been dropped by Trescothick before he was dismissed for 35, a gloved pull off Trigo seeing the back of him. He'd added another 53 runs for the 7th wicket with Westwood, and a further 41 were put on with Jitan Patel for the 8th. Then in the first over with the second new ball, Westwood was finally out for 129 as a tired drive found debutant Tom Abel in the gully. A flash at a ball off Overton then saw Patel held at third man by James Hildreth in the next over, leaving it to the last pair of Oliver Hannon-Dolby and Ricardo Gordon to add 29 more runs to complete what was a largely frustrating day for Somerset. They'd let Warwickshire get to 334 for 9 from 88 overs by the close, a total the visitors would have been pleased to make. Of course, we won't know how good a total that is until the home side have had a bat on this pitch on day 2.